of love. Obviously, you always knew you was light, but it surprised you that, man, people are there for you, cheering you on, and they want to see you succeed?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just, it's a great feeling, It's my first loss, but, this type of support, everything has been positive, since the fight, and that's something I'm very thankful for. I've always been thankful, my supporters here in my hometown. But it's for reasons like this. They support you, unconditionally. Win, lose, or draw.
Have you gotten any kind of feedback from the rest of the champs in San Antonio? Obviously, you had a great fight against Gervonta Davis, but have they reached out, Joshua Franco and the rest of the guys who actually been champions as well, just like you?
Yeah, no. I mean, all those dudes. Like I said, we all grew up together. Me, Hector, Bam, Josh, and when I lost, I had a message, from each and every one of them. As our boy Hector, had just suffered, his first defeat as well. But we all reached out to him also, and we got Josh, who's getting ready for his second trilogy, with Maloney. He's out there in camp right now. There's no doubt in my mind, he's gonna go and defend that title again, and capture another victory against Maloney. But yeah, no, man, us here in San Antonio, we have stayed, a tight-knit group, and I'm thankful for that.
See that cut, you're healing pretty quickly, pretty fast. I know you mentioned earlier you want to move up to 147. Is that the plan? Have you talked to Virgil Hunter? Everyone's on the table agreeing to that, to moving up to welterweight?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what we have been talking about. This last fight, we started to see, making 140. It's not as easy as it used to be. So we're gonna test out 147, which is much more natural for me. And but I'm gonna sit down with my coach. We're gonna go over everything. He's here in San Antonio right now. We got our my stablemate Bakram, who's fighting on the undercard of the Charlo Castaño, and so I'll be with them tomorrow.
Were there any issues with this last camp? I mean, because you had a great fight. It was competitive, being in the ATL. Literally, the odds stacked against you. Do you feel that maybe 140 was just too much for you to make it against the Tank fight?
Yeah, again, I mean, I'm not making any excuses. I had a great camp. My last fight, we made weight, the proper way. But it's just something that we started to see. My body, was holding on to more muscle. And the weight wasn't coming off as easy as it once was. But again, that wasn't it's not an excuse whatsoever. Gervonta just happened to be the better man that night. Me and my coaches were still we are very proud of the performance that I had in that fight.
Have you had a chance to go back and watch the fight? And if so, what are some things that you noticed that you wish you could just change moving forward in your career? I've gone back. I've watched the fight. There's not any changes I'll make. Moving forward, but there was changes. I would have made, of course. In the fight. Looking back, but I mean that's boxing though.
Well, now having shared the ring with Tank, where would you rank him if he goes back down to lightweight, which it seems like he's going to do? Where would you rank him in that division with those guys?
I definitely rank him up there. He has the explosiveness, with him, the power. He got the speed, and like I said, I had said it before. He has the boxing IQ.
With you moving up to 147, do you feel like maybe your power, just conditioning, everything would just kind of get better, just being that you can kind of fill in? You're a big guy. I feel like you've kind of probably been on that road for a while now.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing as when I moved up to 140. We're gonna do it, gradually. We know it's gonna take a process, and but I have a great team behind me. With Virgil Hunter, my strength and conditioning coach, Tony Brady, my strength and conditioning coach here in San Antonio, Carlos Rodriguez, and as long as we're all on the same page, with what we're doing next, I have no doubt, I'll be successful.
Jermell Charlo versus Castaños tomorrow. It's a great fight, undisputed. Break down the fight for me.
Man, I see that, it's like I said, it's hard to see this fight going 12 rounds because of, that ferociousness, that Jermell and Jamal bring every time they step in there. And, Castaño as well, he has that come forward style, who's, he's going to stay busy. He's going to stay throwing. So man, I see it being a very action-packed fight.
Just lastly for me, in the fight, Steve Farhood had you even, I believe, going into the 11th round. Being that, you know, judges had it like that, similar, close like that, does that give you confidence, kind of, that you were like in the fight, kind of watching it again? Do you feel like, man, I was right there, maybe 2 more rounds, and I could have edged out the decision?
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind, you know, that I was definitely in that fight, you know, which is why I had that motivation, you know, to continue on getting up and continue on fighting, you know, even though, you know, I was getting hurt. I mean, it's part of the sport, you know. I know if the ref didn't stop it, you know, when he did, you know, which I still don't see why, but I feel, you know, if the fight would have continued, you know, then you know, who knows what would have happened. But I know for a fact, you know, I had you know, Gervonta and them, you know, they were stressing in the corner.
We're speaking about the stoppage. The referee kind of stepped a little bit at first. Were you kind of surprised when it happened, or what did you think about the stoppage?
Oh yeah, that's I don't know what he was doing, because he did the stutter step and then he said stop. So like I look at him and then that's when he waved his hands, and I mean I didn't understand the call. But I mean, at that point, I mean, it's not like the call could have been reversed. I mean, there was nothing I could have done, and but yeah, I mean, no. Still speaking on that, I mean, I still don't see why you know, it was stopped when it was. You know, I definitely could have continued, you know, which is why I got up, you know, from that body shot. Yeah.
Sorry. Lastly, obviously, you have like 100 tattoos for what it seems like, man. How many tattoos have you gotten since you fought Tank? Because I think you might have been a couple.
No, I've actually only gotten one since the Tank fight.
Last week. Now, earlier you mentioned that, you know, that ring walk, for some reason there was no music. At that point, I thought it was the plan. But, you know, the DJ forgot to push play, or what happened?
Man, I don't know. You know, I'm still trying to figure that out. You know, I had a song that was, I mean, it's still gonna go with the ring walk. But yeah. But no, man, you know, shout out to the danzantes, you know, that we had there from the Bay Area. You know, they brought, you know, the water jumps and everything. So, you know, regardless, you know, with music or not, you know, I was still able, you know, to make a pretty, you know, epic entrance, and I'm very thankful, you know, for them, and, you know, just everybody, you know, that's, you know, supporting me.
They were trying to throw you off, bro, from the beginning.
Yeah, they might have been. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.